Good morning. It is Sunday, the 9th of February, 2025. This week, talking about difficult people and how to deal with them. You're going to run into a few different types of difficult people when you're out there in the world. You got to avoid them all. None of them are worth your time. The first one, the stupid guy. This is the guy who thinks he knows something but really doesn't. He will spout off his opinion to anyone who will listen, and he doesn't give any consideration. He doesn't care what anyone else has to say. The second type of difficult person you're going to run into, the simple guy. He's genuine, usually harmless. He just doesn't know. Very different way you handle him. The last guy you got to look out for, you got to avoid, is the guy who does nothing but sneer. This is your Jimmy Kimmel types, your John Oliver types. They don't create anything productive. They just want to tear down yours. That guy is the worst. You want to do nothing with him. All they're going to do, if you try and help them, is they're just going to drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. What you want to do is walk away and avoid them. How do you know which type of difficult person is which? I mentioned in yesterday's video that there's three kinds of people you need to look out for. The simple guy, the stupid guy, the sneering guy. The simple guy, this is the guy who doesn't know anything. Maybe he's young, maybe he's uneducated. But he's genuinely curious and not malicious. You can see this guy by them being curious or a little fearful. And he's alright. It's just going to take some time. The stupid guy's a little bit different. This is your village idiot type. The type of guy who will spout off his opinion and doesn't care what happens as a result. He can come across as a little bit arrogant or maybe a little bit socially unaware. This is a guy that not worth your time. Not even worth putting in your brain space. It is a person you shouldn't even acknowledge exists. The worst type is the sneering guy, the mocker. He doesn't care if he knows anything or not. He's only there to tear you down. That is the guy that you have to turn and face and absolutely beat verbally. You can't ignore him because he's just going to keep coming after you. But eventually he's going to have to learn a lesson. That what he's saying is only just going to piss people off. It's 99% accurate looking for these traits, and not a single one of them is worth your time. You got more important things. So if you're dealing with difficult people, which is everybody, what do you need to do to handle them? General rules. This comes from Alex Hormozi, who very good at sales, even if he is a little cringe at times. First lesson, learn to read emotion. Look at body language. Look at tone. Look at how they interact with other people. If you can call out what they're feeling, they are going to feel seen, and now you've gotten in. Second one, repeat whatever they're saying back at them. Hey man, I'm really mad that you sold me a really bad shirt. Well, yeah, man, it looks bad. Tell me more about it. You're saying that I see what you're feeling, I hear you, and am trying to understand it. Let's not be against each other, but let's work together. Most important part here is to ask them, am I reading that correctly? Am I saying that right? Is that something you agree with? It shows that you're not trying to force anything on them, but that you're trying to help them out. And the last one, know when it's just time to give up and walk away. If you are trying to help a person and they simply refuse correction, they refuse to learn. If you're trying to help someone and they're there not to fix the issue but attack you, not worth your time. Walk away. Those principles work on everybody. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be seen. And when you do it that way, you'll feel a lot better dealing with them because you're going to be in control. How do you handle those three types of people I've been talking about this week? The simple man, the stupid man, and the sneering man. Well, you can't avoid them. So let's turn to King Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, and wrote the book on how to deal with him. For the stupid man, you ignore him. The reason he's being an idiot is he wants attention. So don't give it to him. Let it pass you by like it's of no concern. Shoot, maybe even poke a little bit of fun at him now and again, if you're feeling frosty. For the sneering man, there is one thing that he desires above all else, and that is to feel important. So don't give it to him, give him the opposite. Mock him relentlessly, make fun of him. Take anything he says with the least serious way possible. Let him know that whatever he says, you don't care, it's stupid, and that's going to be your opinion no matter what he does. With the simple man, the one who is new, doesn't know what he's doing, be patient with him. Teach him kindly, help him through it. Do that and you've got a loyal friend for life. These all come from the book of Proverbs, which King Solomon wrote, and he knew how to work with people, the wisest man to ever live. There is a certain kind of person you want to make friends with, and they're about 3% of people. What 3% is that? These are people that owns their mistakes. Yeah, man, I did that. That was wrong. I'm sorry. Can you help me fix it? Owning their mistakes, taking responsibility. When they take responsibility, you're going to notice that they feel in control, and they're not going to be throwing a lot of negative emotion on you. They're not going to try and blame you for something. They're not going to try and push it off on someone else or something else. They're going to say, I did this wrong, here's what I could have done better. Second one, they listen more than they speak. They sit down, they ask you questions. Who are you? What are you doing? W6H questions was to talk about in my course. They listen more than they speak. And finally, these are the people that are always happy to be around you. Doesn't matter what you're doing. What you doing? What you up to? They are glad to be in your company. Doesn't have to be obsessed with you, but just glad you're there. They make you feel like you're lifting up your day. And yeah, they're rare, but I've got a few of them, and they're worth their weight in gold. Very few things are better than a friend like that. Hey, if you want more, I do a couple things. One, for free, I do a newsletter. Sign up for that, links in the description. Second, I do coaching, social skills coaching. I'll help you make 5 friends in 5 weeks for you don't pay. Go ahead and click on that link in the description as well. I'll see you soon.